All right, let's begin. So could you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Soan Park. Please call me Soan.
Okay, so. And Soan, are you working or are you a student?
I'm still a student. I'm doing my graduates in environmental toxicology in SNU.
And do you like your major?
Yes, I really like my major because I've been interested in it since I was young. My major is about environmental toxicology. So it's about how environmental toxicants affect our human body. So I've read a lot of books about it since I was young. So I've decided to study it since I was in middle school.
Okay. And what do you like doing when you have some free time?
When I have free time, I like watching Netflix or doing my regular workout routines, like doing jump ropes. And other than that, when I have free time, I hang out with my friends or just watch YouTube.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about chocolate. So do you like eating chocolate?
Oh yes, I love eating chocolate. I like eating everything made of chocolate, like chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah. And how often do you eat chocolate?
I eat chocolate 5 times a month. I like chocolate, but if I eat it too often, then I might gain weight. So I try to cut down on chocolate.
Okay. And did you often eat chocolate when you were a child?
Actually, I like eating chocolate, but my mom didn't allow me to eat chocolate too much. So I didn't eat chocolate a lot.
Okay. And why do you think chocolate is popular around the world?
I think chocolate is very popular around the world because it's not that dangerous to your health compared to other sweets. And also chocolate has a long history. I heard that it was found in South America in the past. And you can make various types of dishes using chocolate, like chocolate pizza or chocolate milkshake. Yeah, those like that.
Okay. And now we're going to talk about music. So what kinds of music do you like?
I actually listen to a wide range of genres. But my favorite one is jazz. And my favorite type of music is jazz music in the movie called La La Land.
Good. And are there any kinds of music that you dislike and why?
I usually dislike rock music because it's too noisy in my opinion. And the sound is a bit deafening, so I prefer quiet music.
Good. And do you usually only listen to one type of music?
Actually, I listen to various types of music. I like listening to pop, jazz, and I don't remember other names of music, but yeah, I like listening to various types of music. Yeah.
Okay. And do you like the same kinds of music as your friends?
Actually, I don't like the same types of music as my friends. Of course, we have like common interests, but I listen to music of different cultures, like Spanish music. So my friends sometimes don't understand me.
All right. And what is the most popular type of music in your country?
In my country, I think K-pop is most popular because Koreans like idols a lot. They like thin and very tall idols, so they kind of like look up to them, and yeah, that's why people like K-pop music so much. Yeah.
Great. Now we're going to move on to part 2 of the test. So I'm going to give you your question. So here's your question for today, and there's a pencil. So I'll give you 1 minute to do some note taking. All right, so you can begin. All right, that is 1 minute. Okay, so could you describe a complaint that you made and were satisfied with the result?
Recently, I made a complaint about a clothes that I ordered a few weeks ago. Actually, I was looking for a clothes that was white and very long, like a silk dress. And when I got the clothes, because I shopped it online, I realized that a few seams were off and the stitches were very irregular, and also the clothes was longer than I thought. So I was very unsatisfied. So I made a complaint to the internet shopping mall that I bought the clothes from. And there was a reply saying that they will give me a full refund. So I was actually very surprised and flabbergasted, because usually those kind of internet shopping malls don't give me a full refund. So I talked to the manager and I persuaded her to give me a full refund. And she replied that, yeah, she would give me the full refund. And she will take the clothes back. So yeah, I was actually very satisfied with the result and I returned the clothes. Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's about 1 minute and 10 seconds for now. Okay. And do you usually buy your clothes online?
Yes, actually when my mom buy my clothes, I usually buy them offline. But when I buy my clothes, then I usually buy them online because it's much cheaper and it's very cost efficient. Yes.
Nice. All right, now we'll go on to the third part of the test. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, so when are people likely to make complaints?
I think people usually make complaints when they're not satisfied with the product they bought, or sometimes when they think something is a bit off, they make complaints. For example, when you order a food and the food has some things dirty inside it, then they make complaints.
Yes. And do you think in your country people are likely to complain?
Yes, I've seen many examples when people make complaints. I've also read a lot of internet rumors about making complaints. Some people make complaints when they're not satisfied, but also there are some people like black consumers who make complaints. Even though they're still satisfied with the product, they still make complaints to get money.
Okay. And in what way do you think people should make complaints?
I think they should make complaints in a courteous manner, because if you offend someone, then I think it's very rude, even though you're making a complaint. Even when you're making a complaint, you should still be polite. So when you make a complaint, you should always make sure what you don't like about the certain product or certain service and what you want. So these are the two ways how to make a complaint.
Yes. And which way do you think is better? Which method, talking in person or sending an email?
I think sending an email is better, because when you talk person to person, then unintentionally you can offend the other person. But if you talk in email, then you won't show your facial expressions. So I think it's better to send a complaint via email.
And why do some people dislike making complaints even when there is something wrong with a product or a service?
I think it's because people don't like talking to someone about negative things. They don't want to show their negativity about a certain product. So that's the reason why some people avoid making complaints. And also, they don't like the bureaucracy when they're making a refund or making complaints. So when you usually make a complaint, you need to go to the website and find the email address or find a way to meet face-to-face to make a complaint. So these are the two reasons why some people don't like making complaints.
Right. And which group do you think is more likely to make a complaint, younger people or older people?
I think older people usually make complaints, because younger people, as I mentioned, younger people are usually busy and they don't like making complaints because they don't want to show negativity. But older people, they think that when they receive a product and they're not satisfied, then they make a complaint, because usually older people kind of they don't want to waste their money, so they want to get a full refund when the product is not their taste.
Absolutely. And what kind of people do you think are best suited to working in a customer complaints department?
I think people who are suitable for working in a customer complaint service are people who are able to talk politely even in difficult situations, because when you get a lot of complaints, it's very hard to keep your stress levels low. And there are some people who can manage all that. So people who are able to manage their stress and sustain their politeness towards others are the people who are able to work in complaint service.
Absolutely. Okay, that will do us. Thank you very much. All right, so let's start with the feedback. So I'd say you estimate your score today to be 8.5 there. There's just a few small errors, but most of all, it was very comfortable, very clear, very nice fluency and pronunciation. You use a lot of nice vocabulary, and your grammar was almost perfect. I'll just run you through a few things that maybe we could improve on. In your part 1 questions, try to explain a little bit more and explain why, and give some reasons and examples. So I think some of your answers were a little bit short, even though they were, perfectly answered. One point, when I asked you about how often do you eat chocolate, you said 5 times a month, and you said I'm trying to cut down on chocolate. So cut down is, it's more like reducing. So from maybe I used to eat 10 times, now I eat 5 times. Maybe a better word would be like limit the amount of chocolate that I eat, because I don't want to gain weight. Okay, yeah, that was good with part 1. Part 2, so you spoke for 1 minute and 10 seconds. In the real test, you should try to speak towards 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is the maximum time, so we could try and maybe develop the last point a little bit more if we can. One point we said, right, so a clothes that I ordered online, right? So you can say a dress that I ordered online, but you can't say a clothes. Okay. Yeah, so you could say some clothes that I ordered online, or a dress. I shopped it online. You could only say I bought it or I ordered it. We do use shop as a verb, but we put it together as shop for. Shop for. So last week I went shopping for something. Yeah. And maybe one time you said they was replied, just we'll delete the be verb, and they replied and they offered a full refund and you were very satisfied. Okay, so just a couple of small things there. When you talk about online, offline, so yeah, we do say shopping online. For offline, I think it's more common to say shopping in stores, yeah, or people say at a brick and mortar store. Maybe you could also use that. One thing, I asked you, why do people not like to make complaints? You said maybe they don't like talking about negative things. That's fine. We could also say the word confront. They don't like to confront people. They avoid confrontation. Maybe that would be good there. Okay, and just one word for pronunciation was perfect, basically the whole way. One word was that when you talk about music, genres. Yeah, genres. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Also, maybe in part 3, most of your sentences started with I think. Yes. So maybe we could try and vary the vocabulary a little bit. From my perspective, I would say, in my opinion. But yeah, really good test overall. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right.